Hello friends, welcome to our channel. We are back with our new tutorial where we together will install latest official ERPNext version 15 on Ubuntu server 22.04 LTS. As usual, first of all we shall log into our virtual server using SSH or remote desktop. Then we update and upgrade our server before starting the installation process. We have installed a fresh virtual machine running on Ubuntu server 22.04 LTS. Now we are updating it for the first time. Updating and upgrading the operating system ensures that we are having all the updated repositories. To install the ERPNext-15 we need to prepare our server by installing all the dependencies which will be required by FrappyBench and ERPNext. We shall start by installing Git on our Ubuntu server. Now we need the Python libraries. Although FrappyBench 1.5.0.0 works with Python 3.11 but it also supports Python 3.10. We shall use Python 3.10 in this tutorial. Now we need to install the Python virtual environment. Now we shall install the common software properties. We'll install latest version of MariaDB server and MariaDB client. MariaDB is a decent open-source database supported by ERPNext to store all the records generated by a business for its operations. We will also need Redis server. Let's install it here. Let's install HTML to PDF converter now. While we use any ERP system in a business, we certainly need to produce a lot of documents, i.e. quotations, invoices, reports, etc. from system. These documents needs to be in PDF format in order to share them electronically with other participants. Therefore, we need to have a tool which can convert our documents to PDF. WKHTML to PDF is a good tool which is supported by Frappy and ERPNext. In order to let the database function properly, we'll need the libmysqldev library. Let's install it. Now we need to secure our installation. As we have recently installed the database, hence we have not set any password for database. So we can simply press enter here. Press Y as answer to first question. Now you will be asked to set a root password for your database. Set a strong password, reconfirm the password and remember it. You will need this password at the time of creation of your website. Answer Y for third question. Answer N for fourth question. Answer Y for rest of the questions and your installation is good to go. After securing the installation, we'll need to modify the configuration file. Follow command on screen and open the file my.cnf. Add two blocks in my.cnf file at the end. First one is for MySQLD and second for MySQL. You can pause the video for a moment to insert the correct configurations in the file. If you are using Nano Editor, press Ctrl X followed by Y and an Enter to save and close the file. To confirm the correct configuration, please restart the MySQL services as shown on the screen. Now we need to install Node.js. We shall use nvm to install the recommended version of Node. For this, let's first install curl. For a good installation, follow the command shown on screen. Pause the video if needed. As per the official documentation of Frappy, Frappy Bench version 15 supports Node 18. So we shall install Node version 18 on our system. After installing Node version 18, we need to install npm, follow the command on screen and install it. Please note that the installation of npm may take longer time depending on configuration and internet speed on your system. Now we will install yarn by following the command on screen. If you have carefully followed all these commands up to this stage, then your system is now ready to install Frappy Bench. Let's install latest version of Frappy Bench by following the command on screen. After installing the Frappy Bench, we need to initiate the version 15 of Bench to create a Bench instance. Follow the command as shown on the screen and initiate the Frappy instance. It will create a directory named Frappy Bench under the current user on the system. After successful initialization of the bench, we will enter the Frappy Bench directory by using command cd Frappy Bench. Now we need to give the ownership of the Frappy Bench directory to the current user. In our case, our current user name is Frappy. If you have a different user name, then use that name to provide the ownership of the directory by using the command on screen. Now our Frappy Bench is ready to start. Let's start the bench using command bench start. As can be seen on the screen, our bench has successfully started. It can be accessed by using the highlighted address in any browser. Your address might be different than ours based on your network configurations. Although the bench can be accessed by using this address, but don't try to create a user or try to log in on the site published on this address. In order to move forward to install ERPNext version 15, we need to take care that our bench is running in current terminal window. Let's open another terminal window. We are using PuTTY, so we are duplicating our PuTTY instance. Log into second terminal or PuTTY window using the same user credentials and go to the FrappyBench directory. ERPNext is a web-based application which works in web browser. Therefore, it needs a site or a website. Let's create a website through which we shall be able to access our ERP system. You can also use a fully qualified domain name if you wish to access it from outside of your local network. Let's create a new site using the command bench new site followed by your domain name. We are using trackmec.com for this tutorial. Here we need to supply a MySQL root password which we created at the time of securing our installation. After supplying the root password, system will start creating your site. You will be prompted to create an administrator password for your website. Create a strong administrator password for your website and reconfirm it when prompted. This password will be needed to access your website as an administrator, so remember it. Now your site has been successfully created. After creating the site, we need to tell FrappyBench to use it and publish it. Go to first terminal where your bench is running and stop it by using Ctrl+C. Use the command bench use followed by your domain name to instruct Frappy to use your site. Now start the bench again in this terminal and switch back to second terminal. After having a site, we need to have the apps. As on date, only payments and ERPNext apps are published under latest official version 15. Other are to come. Let's get the official version 15 payments app by using the command on screen. Similarly, we will get the official version 15 of ERPNext app by using the command on screen. The other apps like HRMS, e-commerce integrations, India compliance, etc. are not yet officially released with version 15. However, beta versions of these apps are available and can be used if needed. Before we start installing the apps on site, let's check the status of bench in first terminal. If it is stopped, then start it again by using command bench start. Switch back to second terminal after starting the bench in first terminal. Now let's install the officially released version 15 apps on our website. You may use your own domain or site name which you created earlier. Installing ERPNext version 15 may take longer time to install on your site based on your settings and internet speed. By this stage, your site ready to be used in development mode. You can access your website by using the local IP address of your virtual machine followed by port number 8000. If you wish to convert your site to production mode, then follow the video further. To convert your system in production mode, then go to first terminal and stop the bench by pressing Ctrl+C keys on your keyboard. Enable the scheduler for your website by using the command which is shown on the screen. After enabling the scheduler, we need to turn off the maintenance mode of the site. Use the command as shown on the screen to turn off the maintenance mode. Now our site is ready to go for production mode. Use the command as shown on screen. Replace the name Frappy with your current username and hit enter. This command will activate a script on system which will download, install and set up several packages like fail to ban, Nginx, supervisor, etc. It may take some time, so have some patience on this step. Although the Nginx has already been set up by previous command, but let's reconfirm it by running the command on screen. Let's check the supervisor as well by running the command on screen. Let's rerun the production command once again in order to reconfirm all the settings of the system. In order to access the system from outside and to have proper communications and email setup, we need to open some ports on our system. Let's do it by the command shown on screen. You may choose different ports as per your setup, however we are using the standard ports for tutorial only. Now let's activate the firewall to secure the system. Exit from the terminal and close the terminals. Restart your system once so that all the things get into place. Congratulations! Your site is in production mode now. Now you can access your website by using your local IP address. However, now you need not to put port number 8000 behind it. Log into your website using the administrator credentials. The password here is the same password which we created for administrator at the time of creating the website. Here you can set up your regional details, your company information, and can create your first user for ERPNext. After login into the ERPNext, you can explore all the new features of version 15. You can check the versions of all the installed apps by going to Help and About section. You can also explore the newly introduced Workflow Builder in version 15. Wishing you all the best and hoping to see you growing with managed business operations. If you found this video helpful, then please share with others and subscribe our channel.